graffiti, even saying the word makes me feel better. I'm very in favour of graffiti. Once it's not damaging somebody's private property, once it's not ruining somebody's nice new building or their car or whatever, or their clothes. But graffiti is real art. It's not pretentious. It's actually real. Now, like some dickhead just writing "Deco was here" in a spray. That's not art, of course. I'm not talking about tagging. I'm talking about the real stuff. You see it all over the place, and you see more and more of it. And I think it's great. And I'll tell you why I think it's great. It's because many of those people who do that stuff are actually more things to say than some pretentious tosser who just came out of art school and thinks he's some kind of genius, thinks he's the next Damien Hirst. These people, I don't know how it is now, but it definitely was out of the sort of the ghetto. That's where it started out, poor people, and it was a way for poor people to express themselves. It came out of a place like the South Bronx, and it spread all over the world for a reason. It spread all over the world for a reason because it looks great. If done properly, it can be absolutely amazing. What I don't like is this publicly sponsored street art where they do these sort of almost realistic, amazing pictures on the ends of buildings so to stop graffiti artists from doing graffiti. All it really is a form of censorship to stop young people, sort of marginalised communities, from having their say. When Vesuvius destroyed Herculaneum and Pompeii, they learned more about Roman society and social conditions and what it was like to be a regular Roman. They did from the graffiti that was left when they dug up these cities from the volcanic ash. It was probably the most valuable insight ever into Roman history, because, like I just said in my other videos, all other history is recorded by the ruling classes who write to serve themselves. This was real history for the first time. So graffiti, it's something we should cherish. It's not something that I hope graffiti artists would do to a nice person's house or their home or their factory or whatever. But yeah, if they want to express themselves on the side of old buildings down along the canal, the railway tracks, or on old wrecked factory walls, go for it. Express yourself. Graffiti is here to stay, and I would hope that graffiti artists, try not to break the law. If they do, don't wreck somebody's good property, and don't get sucked into these public sponsorship. Don't get sucked into these publicly funded street art things, because they're sterile, vacuous, and they're there to silence your opinion, to silence your personality. Don't get, there's one of them I saw recently in Dublin. It was horrible. It was like a picture of it's just all these politically correct figures, that were, someone we should look up to, but it was just the whole idea of it just seemed very fake. And I've seen pictures of similar kind of sponsored art in Philadelphia, and the standard is incredible in terms of realism and so on, but it's all very sterile and corporate, and it looks like something that is a product of the mind of a civil servant rather than a person from the streets. That's what it is. So graffiti, yeah, thumbs up.